Hi and welcome to the Tech Zone. My name is David. I hope all of you are fine and taking good care of yourself according to the recommendation due to COVID-19. This is my full review of the 2019 HP Spectre X360, the 13-inch variant. It's a very small laptop with amazing performance dressed in a nice aluminum case designed unlike any other laptop. My unit have a Full HD touchscreen. There's also a 4K version, but that is not needed on a 13-inch laptop, at least in my opinion. You can see the specification for my device on screen. 10th Gen 1065 G7 CPU paired with Iris Graphics G7. That we will take a closer look at a little bit later and check out the performance on that combination. One other outstanding feature is the low-power DDR4 RAM that steps up to 3330 MHz. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, it would be really helpful, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let's first take a look around the device. As you can see on the right side we have a micro SD card reader, and that I find very useful to add more storage. And we also have a camera switch, and that is also very good because you can have your camera hijacked. And otherwise we have a microphone and two USB Type-C Thunderbolt 3 ports, both supporting 4-lane connection. And the corners are a little bit sharp, at least on my unit. And on the other side we have the combo jack, microphone combo jack, and USB Type-A port. So that's good to have, but that flap seems to be a little bit, maybe not so durable. And we also have the power button on the other corner. A bit strange place to have a power button on, but you will see then later when we take it into tablet mode that it could be useful. And the keyboard deck is very nice spaced, and it takes up the whole upper part. And the trackpad, it's a good clicky feeling in it, and the keys are also have good travel and feels very solid. And we also have page up, page down separate keys on the side, and that I really like. The up and down arrows are a little bit small in my taste, but it works. So it's a nice, very nice keyboard to type on. We also have a fingerprint reader that is extremely fast, and aside of that we also have a Windows Hello camera, IR camera on this device. You can see here how fast it is to unlock the device. It's just a touch and you're in less than a second. You see the almost no flex in the keyboard deck. It's very minimal. So it's it feels very good, this device. And the touchscreen also, I can't really say I have any complaints on the screen. It's also very color accurate with 100% sRGB and 73-75% Adobe RGB. You can have it in different positions, that is also very useful in many cases. So you can see here it is in presentation mode, and you can also have it in tent mode, and you can have it flat on the surface like a tablet. You can see here it's a glossy screen, unfortunately, no other type of coating on it. So you can see in the bright sunlight it's you can see the screen. It's not an issue if you don't have the sun directly into the screen, and that is probably something you never will experience. The screen is very good, and you can see it also. They also provide a pen in the box, and this is a USB powered pen, and it's not a tilt pen as it was last time I bought an HP Spectre. But it's good for taking notes, for example, if you're a student, or otherwise also. HP supply their TrueVision IR camera on the small top bezel, and that is Hello Windows certified. And it also has small 4mm side bezels, while the bottom bezel is still large compared to Dell's XPS 13 2-in-1. Connecting the Spectre to an external GPU is very easy. You only have to supply the drivers for the graphic card. You can see the boot time is also very fast on the HP, compared to the Dell that takes more than twice the time. Connecting the Thunderbolt cable on the PC and then route it back onto the eGPU, it's all that's needed for connection. And you can see it works well on my two monitors. My eGPU is Mantis Venus, and that is a very clever device. It has several USB Type A ports. It's 5 of them, 3 on the back and 2 on the front. And it's also possible to have an SSD in this box, which is quite unusual. I think maybe Razer Core Chroma maybe have that solution also, but I'm not sure. You can see the MSI cable management on the back. It's something needs to be done there, but it's very convenient. And checking out the TimeSpy score here from 3D Mark, you can see the scores is 930, and that is very good. The only thing that's a little bit bad is the CPU temperatures when you're doing the last CPU intensive test. So you can see it's all the way up to almost 100 degrees. And of course that is not good for a long time use if you have CPU intensive tasks. So you can see also the max frequency is 3889, and that's good on this CPU. Compared to the Huawei MateBook X Pro, the 2019 edition, you can see the scores here. The CPU score is almost the same, but the graphics score is almost the same, but the CPU score is way higher on the HP Spectre. I can see also the temperatures are fantastic low on this device. I think they could cramp more CPU out of this small form factor PC. The next test is Firestrike from 3D Mark, and you can see the total score of 2713 is what I expect for this setup. And I'll compare it with the Lenovo C940 also. The temperatures are still quite high on this CPU test, around 98 degrees. And the max frequency is 3891 MHz. The Lenovo Yoga C940 is a very interesting device also. You can see the TDP is higher on the Yoga compared to the Spectre, but the scores are much the same. And here we have the results of 3D Mark 11 performance test. It's a competitive result comparing it to other devices in this CPU series. Here's the Cinebench Release 20 test. And this is one I will make a little bit longer so that you can see the temperatures and the noise from the fans on this device. You can see here already at the start we have around 40 decibel. And this is on a distance that is where you usually sit when you're using this device. But the temperatures on the deck here, you can see it's strange enough, very, very low temperatures. It's not a long test, so it's just in the beginning, so of course it isn't that hot at the beginning. But this is, it's nice. So I will also show the results of the temperatures in Fahrenheit for the viewers that use that temperature scale. Bottom deck of the is almost cool at the touch. Okay, that goes for every temperature below 34 degrees, of course. So here's the single core test, 337 points. You can see it lays between a little bit older CPUs, so I don't have anything other to compare with. And here's the second multi-core test, and you can see the temperatures, the noise level is a little bit higher, 41 decibel. And here is the total score for the Cinebench multi-core, 1355. And that's good, that's quite okay actually. Here we have the PC Mark 8 tests. You can stop and check them if you are interested in this kind of performance test. And here's PC Mark 10, and this is the accelerated battery life test. And this is very strange because I often get more than 8-9 hours on my device with high brightness. And here's a Geek benchmark test, OpenCL scores. So if you find this useful or not, it's hard to say. Some people look more close on these numbers than others, of course. It depends what you're going to use the device for, anyway. And here's the Geekbench score, single core and multi-core. Do you find this kind of figures useful? It would be interesting to know if you can put that in the comment section below the video. Take some time to run these tests, so I really would appreciate if you can consider subscribing to the channel. I would be very, very grateful. So, playing games on this device, is that possible? You can see here we have Witcher and Witcher 3, and that's a very graphic demanding test. And, but you can see the frames per second, sometimes up to 60 frames per second. This is on the lowest setting you can have on this game, but it's still a very beautiful game. So do you find these figures attracting? Because you can play games, even FPS shooter games like PUBG that I'm going to show you now. This will be also on the lowest setting. That's the only way to run this game, because this is also very demanding. It would be nice to just have it at school, or when you are sitting at home without a desktop PC and just want to game a little. For me, it's at least I use this laptop for some gaming now and then. So all these tests have been run on with a power cable attached, so none of this is tested with battery only. So you can see I'm totally bad on this game. But what do you say about this device? Do you find it attractive? I think the look of it is very attractive. A little bit strange with the cut-off corners, but they have some use because they have can put in the power cable on the back of the laptop. So that was all for this time. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below, and please don't forget to subscribe.